Alright, next is battle number 20 against the Battle Legend. So, that has been easier so far than I thought it was going to be with an in-game team, especially a dragon-ish monotype in-game team. I honestly think the first battle was the hardest. But here we go, we're gonna fight against Blue, champion of Alola. So you're gonna lead with, I don't remember what you lead with. Alright, nice music you got there. We're gonna battle Legend Blue. And this is you're gonna start with an Arcanine and a Pidgeot. And, I'm gonna lead with a Wizarducks and a, Zygarde. Alright, so these are actually probably some of the better, we're gonna go Scald and Arcanine and Rock Slide on both. These two are probably the best leads I could have picked. So, Wizarducks, it turns out that she can stand up to pretty much anything because she's just got that much defense. And, Zygarde is just generally, the choice specs plus the Scald / Ice Beam, seems to be enough to put a dent in pretty much anything. Pretty good, at the very least, neutral type coverage. Okay, so that is going to raise your attack and special attack. I don't think that matters because you're going to be very dead on this turn. Alright, so Arcanine goes down. It is 4 on 3. And you're going to send him a champ. Okay, that's scary. So the other thing that I actually do like about these two leads is that having Devastating Drake as basically just like a screen nuke whenever I need it has so far worked out pretty well for me. You are going to use Wide Guard. That's actually not going to be a problem because I didn't select a multi-target move on that one. I should survive that. And I'm going to go and use Devastating Drake and Machamp. That should take Machamp down. If it doesn't, then well, Wizarducks has put in some pretty good work in this fight. I can finish off Machamp with an extreme speed. Coming from a Dragonite, I'm sure. Do I have Dragonite? I think I have Dragonite and Pico in reserve, don't I? I'm pretty sure that's what we got here. Anyway, so that is going to go and take down Machamp. We don't have to worry about the plan B, which is nice because I've had to worry about a lot of plan Bs in this game so far. And Scald onto Pidgeot is going to take Pidgeot down. Alright, bye Pidgeot. So it's 4 on 1. And you're going to send in a Tyranitar, and I think I know what to do with the Tyranitar. So you don't even have, really, you have, like, the by far worst version of Tyranitar. You don't even have Sandstream. I don't know what the logic in that is. But anyway, either of my Pokemon should be able to take you down. Close combat, 4 times super effective. Close combat on Tyranitar. And there goes Blue. And that was a lot easier than your, than your regular gameplay fight, I'll tell you that much. Alright. Good game, Blue. Fortunately, I'm not gonna get to steal some of your lunch money for that one, but we've defeated a Battle Legend. I guess we'll have some battle points as a, to commemorate. So that's 20 BP. So I got 10 BP for the first 10. I got 2 BP. I got 1 BP for the first 10, which is 10 in total. I got 2 BP for the next 9, which is 18 in total. And then I got those 20, which is 10 plus 18 is 28, plus 20 is 48, plus the 17 I already had, so I have 63 BP in total. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's save that. Alright, well, that was fun. I honestly wasn't expecting to get to the end with an in-game team, but alright. After that, I should get to fight some more difficult double battles, right? I think that's how this works. Super double battles, yeah. Oh, that's gonna save. Well, I hope this recording comes out okay, because I'm not gonna get to take 2 on that. Actually, I did back up my save a little while ago, but I don't know how much of the game I've played since then. Let's see. I should have, if I counted that up right, 65 BP. Great, I can do math. So I don't really want any Mega Stones. I don't really want to buy any combat items because I'm not really planning on doing any more with that, but it was cool that we gave that a shot. Maybe I could probably be convinced to try super doubles with a competitively trained team. I'd probably bring in a weather team, either sand or rain, and hope that I can use that to my advantage. I'll think about it. But until then, my name is Dragonite. This has been Pokemon Ultra Moon. Next time, I'm not entirely sure what we'll do next time. We might do some legendary hunting. I haven't actually done any of that in this game so far, except for the failed attempt at Necrozma, in which I just, like, KO'd it. Anyway, you should all go check out Wizarducks and the Lost Hat, which is one of the games that I like to work on when I'm not doing YouTube stuff. Link to the Steam page can be found down below. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later. Hello all the crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite, welcome back to Pokemon Ultra Moon. Last time, we fought the regular double battle, not maybe the super Hello all the crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite, welcome back to Pokemon Ultra Moon. Last time, we fought the Battle Tree. I did not know that that would activate a cutscene without me pressing A. We fought the Battle Tree, at least the regular round and double battles in the Battle Tree with my in-game team, and I actually was able to defeat Blue, which I didn't really expect to get that far with an in-game team. Today, there is, and I'm like 70% sure that I did not do this earlier, but if I run back out through the Pony Gauntlet, and I probably should go and put on a repel before I try and keep going in this direction, but there is a little area off to the side in the Pony Plains, which I don't think I went into, and I should probably do that. And after I do that, I'm probably gonna start legendary hunting. But we can come off here, and oh come on, am I gonna need? Wait, can I actually get through this without? Okay, I can't get through this without. Ugh. You see, if HMs were still equipable to your Pokemon, those would still serve a purpose because you would still have to, like, plan ahead for it, and you would have to come back if you didn't have anyone with that move on your team. But, with HMs just accessible in the Y menu, that's a completely pointless roadblock. All it does is, like, waste your time. Anyway, so this is the Pony Meadow. Yeah, let's not put another one back on. What is going on over here? When I got hurt out here, the Probopass right here carried me all the way back to town. How? It doesn't have arms. It doesn't even have Levitate for the ability. That was a bad joke, I'm sorry. Anyway, where exactly are we? So if I go and pick up this over here, that is going to be a max potion. Probably not bad to have on hand because I am starting to run out of healing items. This looks like, oh, is this the colored meadow of this area, of this island? Because every island has one, and I don't think I've been to one in this island yet. So I guess that's what this is gonna be. All right, more purple nectar. Let's see. Okay, that looks like there's a whole thing back there. Let me just go and stick my head over here, see if there's anything useful. Back this way. Are there gonna be any fights to be had up here, or is this just going to be picking up items? Power Lens. What does that do? Is that one of the EV items? The effort value items as an EV, not as an EV as in the palindrome Pokemon. The Power Lens is okay. Yeah, that's an effort value item, specifically for special attack. Okay. I suppose it would make sense that you pick one of those up here when you're getting pretty much in the post game. If you're still playing at this point, there's a higher than average chance that you're competitively minded. Oh, Meredith! Alright, you're the one who does the dancing moves. Real fast before I do that. Do I have Bird Brain out front? Because if I'm gonna fight you with all Oricorio and Oricorio are flying type, I do have Bird Brain out front. We're gonna fight you. Alright. So hopefully this won't be too bad. I could have done this quite a bit ago. And in fact, if I'd done this before fighting Blue, my life might have been slightly easier. Actually, maybe not, because it's probably not worth that much experience, and I did just go and dump a bunch of, like, rare candies into things before I fought Red and Blue. Anyway, we're gonna go and fight Actress Meredith, and Actress Meredith has just one Pokemon this time. That is going to be a, I believe you're Ice Oricorio? Or are you, like, Ghost? What's the blue one? Oh, I meant to hit Night Slash so that I could test if you're Ghost or not, and then I hit Fly out of habit, whatever. Revelation Dance, sure. I guess this will at least rule out, alright, Revelation Dance. So it's not something that is, that takes any special type effectiveness from Fly. We can know that much, we can confirm that much. That is going to do super effective damage. It's probably Ghost. I can't imagine Psychic being Dark Purple, and Ghost and Psychic are the only types that Night Slash is super effective on. Anyway, my thank you. You were so ruthless in that battle that I was given a perfect opportunity to test my Sensu-style performance under pressure. You what? Now then. I mean, I can spin in circles too. Alright, so this is like a minor side quest that I guess I've reached the end of. That's TM75 Swords Dance. Alright, you're gonna give me a dancing move of your own. Yeah, we'll surely meet again. I can imagine her being a character that comes back in a future Pokemon game. Anyway, but like, I can do the spinny thing too. I'm not doing it fast enough. There we go. You really have to punish the circle pad to make it work. But let's go pick up this. This is a TM containing TM50 Overheat. Alright. Can Flygon learn that? Look for Core. Can you learn Overheat? If you can, that might not be the worst idea. Pico is the only one who can learn Overheat, and Pico is a designated physical attacker. That's unfortunate. Alright. So we can go run into here. I'm mildly curious to see what I'm going to find in the tall grass. Petalil. Alright, that is not that interesting. Do I already have one of these? I do already have one of these. Alright, so we're gonna just ignore you and move on. See, I can't see what's like right south of me from here, but I guess it's just a solid wall because I can't seem to walk through it. Did I see a ledge with an item on it? No. Oh yes, I do see the item down there. That's a max revive. Okay. Let's go. We'll get that on the way back. This is Resolution Cave. There was different music in here than was playing a minute ago. Should I put a repel on? I probably should. So this is not the sort of music I would expect in a cave like this. Alright, it's a Mudsdale section. This is not the kind of music I would have expected in a place like this. I'm interested. And of course the music got interrupted when I got on Mudsdale. Am I going to find like a legendary Pokemon in here? Oh, there's trainers. Okay. You're a veteran. I'll talk through your battle. As far as I know, most of the legendary Pokemon that you can catch in this game are either the Tapus, which I will do eventually, or you can find them behind the Ultra wormholes in the Ultra space. And I don't think I'm gonna go for those. There's like a dozen of them. There's like 10 or 20 of them, and I don't really feel like we're just gonna do this as a matter of habit because I don't think Rimbury can really do much to a bird brain. I don't really feel like going and doing all those. It's probably going to be very, very, very repetitive. It'll drag out the Let's Play probably longer than it really needs to be, honestly. Alright, admittedly, Rimbury is doing more damage than I thought it was going to do to a bird brain. but that's still not a lot of damage. But all the same, I probably shouldn't stay in against it for another hit. Alright, you're dead. That's fine. Let me see. So Birdbrain is going to get experience almost at level 66. You are going to send in a Beware, and those Stealth Rocks are going to be doing not very effective damage to you because you are part fighting type. I think I'm going to go and... you know who also has Fly? Is Strewn Crow over here. You don't have Pursuit, which is a good thing. And you're going to drop a Hammer Arm. Alright. Yeah, your speed is going down. I tentatively say that I would have outsped you anyway with a 4-level advantage. This is not as difficult as I've become accustomed to seeing for a fight with a veteran. Although, again, I could have done this a couple levels ago, so maybe if I come in here right out of the gate and not, like, forgotten that it was here and run past it, then this would be a slightly different story. But anyway. Wait, did it really do that little damage? Sorry, Strewn Crow, that was, okay. I will not bring Birdbrain back in for that, because you did not do very well there at all. Alright, Pico. Flare Blitz. Just, no messing around. Pico should be faster than Beware, I think, for basically the same reason. Alright, so, also your speed is reduced because of Hammer Arm. Alright, so Beware is going down. And are there any other trainers in here? Birdbrain is finally getting his level. We have defeated veteran Letitia, 10,000 Pokédollars for winning. Which is not a lot compared to some of the other Pokemon I've been... some of the other Pokemon trainers I've been fighting in here. In the post-game. The Giovannis and the Reds and the Blues and what have you. Anyway. What was that? Was that another power item? Because I was trying to remember the name of the strong trainers that we fought earlier, and I was, like, not paying that much attention. Anyway, should I heal? I feel like I should probably heal. Alright, so here we have a Backpacker. I will not talk through this one, because I don't really think you're going to be that much more difficult than a veteran. For some odd reason, and this isn't true for every Electro-type Pokemon that I fight, but for some odd reason, when I see things like Manectric, I instinctively think, like, Hidden Power Ice. This actually goes on for a bit longer than I thought it was going to. Terrain Extender. I want to say that's like a Light Clay, but for the terrain effects. Whenever I see something like a Manectric, I instinctively think Hidden Power Ice, as sort of a, knee-jerk reaction from my competitive days. But then I remember, like, this is in-game. The Battle Tree trainers, like, the late-game Battle Tree trainers might have something like that, but certainly not, like, a random Pokemon trainer on a route. Alright, is there anything else past here? It doesn't look like there is. I will put on another repel. What is, like, the ultimate end goal of this place? Is there one? Alright, it looks like... Okay, the music changed. Oh, hello! Okay. I ran up to you and almost said A because I thought you were a trainer. Okay, so this is a room with, adrenaline orb. Is there anything else in here? That's those items that, like, extend, SOS battles, right? Just let me, check to make sure that I'm thinking of the right things. I thought it said adamant orb for a minute, and then I saw the adrenaline, and I was like, that's not how the word adamant is spelled. Where would the adrenaline orb be in here? It would probably be close to the top, right? Because I think I started picking those up a while ago. Okay, it also has the very specific second effect of raising speed when intimidated. Alright, but yeah. Let's see. We're gonna see what this is, and that is a light ball. Okay. Maybe I actually will find the Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina orbs in here. Yeah. Well, we'll keep that up. The light ball is, of course, for Pikachu. Is there gonna be... Why do I feel like we're spelling out the letter X here? That's a toxic orb. Oh, I thought that was a doorway. That's just like a shadow. And up here... Big Nugget. Okay, I just hit A there. I thought it would have been very suspicious if there wasn't anything there. Alright, but that is a Zygarde. I guess that is the point of this area. We will, come back here, later. And by later, I mean possibly later in this video. Because I do want to just explore the last area behind this here backpacker. Oh, that's just a TM. Alright, TM26 Earthquake. So... I think what I'll do is I can't fly from here, right? I don't think I can probably fly from in here. Yeah, no. So what I'll do is I'm actually going to go back to the Pokemon Center, and I'm going to get someone. Oh, you know what? That's not going to work, is it? Because you're only level 34. So I went through the beginning of this game when I replayed my save with an Arbok. And, one of the moves I had was Glare, which made catching things much easier. And I wanted to do this because, like, I could use Glare on a ground type and paralyze it, and where it would be immune to Thunder Wave. But, yeah, that's not gonna work unless I, like, double your level. So, maybe I won't be doing that. What I will do, however, is I will blow at least some of the 600 grand on, Dusk Balls. I think 99 might be a little bit extreme, but let's go and just, load up on 30 Dusk Balls. Did I not get a Premier Ball as a bonus? Right, I'm just gonna drop down and grab this item now, because if I don't now, I'm probably gonna forget. That is a Power Herb. Okay, that will automatically charge a chargeable move like chargeable probably isn't the right word, but a move that lands on a second turn like a Solar Beam that will cause it to charge automatically on the first turn. Not a great item. It's not something I'd ever want to use myself, but for whatever reason, there tends to be one in every Pokemon game. Alright, so I return here, and I think what I'm gonna do is... Zygarde is Ground Dragon. I think I'm gonna put the other Ground Dragon out front, because Gonlahas has Giga Drain, which is a decent neutral move, and also it has Levitate, so he is immune to ground. And I think, although I suppose he probably will have a Dragon-type move, I think I will also just use Bird Brain to stall, as I often do, once we get down to it. Alright, you're level 60, Aura Break. So any, the Xerneas and Yveltal, both have their Aura abilities, which I don't remember what they do, and this one just, like, negates them. Alright, so that's, less damage than I thought it was going to. You're gonna use Glare, which is the move that I wish I had. I might use you to catch other legendary Pokemon at some point. Actually, no, because the other ones, the electric types can't be paralyzed in this generation just at all. So that would eliminate all the Tapus, and, like, Necrozma I can just paralyze with Thunder Wave. Anyway, Should I try Dragon Claw then? You're gonna use Glare again because your AI is dumb. Okay, that was actually perfect. I'll do... Is it even worth doing a Rock Slide and risking a critical hit? So Giga Drain is 75 times 2 for super effective is about 150 odd power. Rock Slide is going to be 75 divided by 2, so that should do about a quarter as much, maybe a little more than a quarter as much because my physical attack is slightly higher. I am not going to risk it. I'm just going to go into the bag, and I'm going to take... I got 41 Ultra Balls, apparently. I'm going to take some Dusk Balls. I was going to say, I did buy them, right? And I'm going to just toss some Dusk Balls at you. And we're going to see how long this takes. So these do have a, I believe, 3.5x catch rate when you're in a cave. Alright, I thought it was going to do it on the first try. It wouldn't be, like, absolutely astonishing for a first turn capture for this thing in a Dusk Ball at this range of health, but it would be surprising. I would like to have you paralyzed so that I could raise your catch rate by 1.5x. I would like to have you asleep if I could to raise your catch rate by 2x. But this is probably more or less the Pokeball effectiveness of, like, an Ultra Ball with paralysis. Because an Ultra Ball is 2x. And I would expect to probably sit here for maybe 25 to 35 turns trying to throw Ultra Balls at you if you're paralyzed. So I think we can probably expect that a Dusk Ball will be maybe a 4% chance, a 1 in 25 chance of catching you. Alright, so we're 0 for 3 so far. So Dragon Breath, that's gonna take you down, or whatever your name is. The rest of my team is either weak to ground or weak to dragon. Bird Brain is probably the one who I should have. By the way, can I buy leftovers at the battle tree? I should do that. That's something that I need to keep in mind. Let me see. What was I doing? I was going and using Dusk Balls. Alright, so I resist Dragon Breath. Okay! Didn't really have to sit here that long at all. I'll take it. So Zygarde has been caught. I'm gonna chalk that up to luck. Like I said, I do think that probably difficulty catching you was about equivalent to, like, paralysis plus Ultra Ball. But Zygarde's data has been added to the Pokedex. And we're going to go and register you. And I like that pose you're doing where you're just kind of doing that, like, sideways look that animals do sometimes. Alright. I do kind of want to see your stats. Should I nickname you? Nah. I guess I could name you after, like, one of the other dragons from Skyrim or something like that, but I don't really feel like it. Let's see your summary, though, because I do want to see, your stats. I want to say Zygarde is very defensive. Land's Wrath, Glare, Safeguard, and Dragon Breath. I forget what this does. Oh, you know what I think that is? I think that's like a 2... If it hits, in a double battle, it'll hit both Pokemon. Although Earthquake already does that, so it's like a worse version of Earthquake. I don't know if it has a secondary effect. But yeah, your physical defense is very high. Special defense is reasonably high. Attack and speed are reasonably high. You're, definitely a very defensive dragon there. Alright, so we'll send you to a box. And... how long have I been recording this video? I don't think it's been that long. Yeah, I think, should I do another one? Let's see, do I have an escape rope? Or do I have to walk all the way out the long way? I should sort this by name, and escape rope is going to be in the E's, which is going to be up here, above Eviolite. That's an escape rope. Let's go and use this, and I think we're going to go and try our luck with, catching Necrozma. So I did try and do this earlier. I will want to go heal. I did try and do this earlier, and I, KO'd it. And it should be respawned after I beat the Elite Four, because that's generally how these things work. I'm gonna fly back to Tapu Village, where I got the choice specs that have served me so well, both in the battle tree and elsewhere. Seriously, the choice specs, it locks you into a move and it basically, like, it basically works out so that moves that aren't same type attack bonus get same type attack bonus, and moves that are same type attack bonus get, like, super same type attack bonus. It's a 1.5x buff to your power. You could also look at it as a +1 to your special attack at all times, but it's great. It has worked out very well on Log for Chorus. So, the Necrozma should be up over here. Oh, and you know what? Because I'm gonna forget it. But let's go and teach some of these other moves. Earthquake is finally teachable. Should I teach Earthquake? Should I put this on... Should I put this on Streamback Crow over Fly? I'm strongly considering putting this on Streamback Crow over Fly. It's not same type attack bonus, but it does cover some nice... it does give me some probably better type coverage than Fly does. Overheat, we looked at that. Swords Dance, I don't think so. Dark Pulse, no. Cross Scissor. I thought about it with Fusroda, but after seeing how Fusroda performed in the battle tree, I think I'm gonna leave her with her moveset as it is. Alright, anyway, I need Thunder Wave. And this is gonna be like, oh, you know what? Alright, infinite use TMs. I had assumed that somebody else on my team would be able to learn Thunder Wave, but we're just gonna get rid of Earthquake over here. We are definitely not gonna get rid of Dragon Dance. And we're gonna learn Thunder Wave, and that is gonna be a useful Pokemon catching move. Alright. Let's see, we can go and do that switch there. And I want to say Necrozma was to be fought about halfway through Victory Road. Let's see, if I run in here, I still have my Repel up, don't I? But if I run in here, let's see, how much of this is going to be like solved puzzle and how much of this am I going to have to navigate? Okay, that's convenient. I want to say Necrozma was out in this next section. Let's see, past, oh no, there's more. Is it in the next outdoor section? Yes, please. The Gauntlet of Black Belt, I do remember you. Okay, it is here, I think. Alright, there you are. So I should probably save here. Generally a thing I don't like doing on recording. I will occasionally lose a recording, but hopefully we'll be able to survive that for at least this video. I will share the light of your Z power ring. And we're gonna go and fight the giant scary bug thing. You're Bug Psychic, I believe? I think that's your type. You're level 65, so that's a lot. But we're gonna go and use Thunder Wave. We're faster than you, really? You were faster than absolutely everything when I fought you in the Ultra Space. I think that was because you got that, like, Beast Boost, Rainbow Boost thing, or whatever it was. But let's see. I don't want to use Outrage. I think I'm gonna switch out. Chipping away with Extreme Speed seems like a not very efficient way to go through this, so we're gonna go switch to, I think, Gonlahas. What was it? Prismatic Laser was your big scary move, and then I sort of just, like, cheesed the fight against you by hitting you with Toxic a bunch of, and waiting, basically. Iron Defense. Nice. And by nice, I mean not nice. Rock Slide is still going to be super effective on you, which should, more or less... Okay, never mind. I was going to say that might more or less Photon Geyser. So that's not working. That was a lot of damage. I guess if nothing else, with Paralysis, with Rock Slide I can Paraflinch you. Maybe, and just chip away that way. You're gonna use Photon Geyser again? No? Alright. I'm assuming that's a Psychic move. I don't know exactly what type that is. Should I bring in Pico? So I can probably hit you with a Flare Blitz and not kill you. With your defenses up at +2. And Pico is, like, immune to Psychic. Also, I won't risk burning you because you're already paralyzed. Okay, so I can do that again. I actually could have done that, like, originally. Before you had that defense buff. Based on the amount of damage that did. But we're gonna do it again. And I think I just need a little bit more Power Gem. Okay, so Power Gem is probably the worst thing that you can do to Pico. Let's see. Leech Life. That's a neutral hit. Okay, so I'm gonna go and park myself here. And we're going to try and stand up against you. And you haven't been paralyzed yet, I don't think, which is annoying. Bird Brain is going to come on in. And Bird Brain is going to just go and hopefully stand in for a couple of turns with neutral hits. Or resisted hits. And Bird Brain is going to go and watch me toss some... Would heavy balls work? You look pretty heavy. Level balls, is that... Oh, a lower level than my own, not higher level. Alright, well, we're just gonna go and use Ultra Balls. So this should probably have about the same catching odds as Zygarde did in that one cave over there. And I swear to God, game. Really? I'm assuming that your catch rate is 3. Like, there were a couple of games, I think Diamond and Pearl and Black and White, where the mascot legendaries had elevated catch rates, probably so that you didn't have to hold up the story when you were forced to catch them during the mandatory catching sections. But, as far as I know, after that, the legendaries went back to having low catch rates, and either that's incorrect, or I'm just getting insanely lucky here. Anyway, that's Necrozma. You are pure psychic, you're not bug psychic. Alright. I will not give you a nickname. I do want to view your summary. Let's see. For one, what... Alright, Photon Geyser is a psychic type move. The user inflicts attack or special attack damage, whichever stat is higher for the user. Okay. It's going to be a special move here because this Necrozma's special attack is much higher, but I imagine that based on the nature, that might be the other way. Hardy nature, which is a neutral nature. So if I had like an adamant nature, my attack would be higher, and Photon Geyser would be adamant, would be physical. Oh, you got an Ultra Necrozium Z too. Are wild Pokemon able to use Z crystals? I don't think so. I think their AI is pretty much random. Anyway, so that's gonna do it for here. We have caught 2 legendary Pokemon, and I think I'm going to... Oh, there's gonna be plot happening. Colress! It's been a while. You must be a formidable trainer indeed if you're able to get Necrozma as one of your allies. And this is from me. The Ultra Recon Squad asked me to develop a device that would be able to control Necrozma, but I improved it to my own liking. And now it is a device that makes it possible to draw out even more power from Necrozma. Yes, in short, it makes it possible for Necrozma to fuse with the legendary Pokemon Solgaleo. This is the Colress machine number 1198, officially dubbed the N-Solarizer. That sounds painful. I would not want to be N-Solarized by Colress. So we're going to go and put that away. This is 1199, which is the N-Lunarizer, which I guess is going to be for the other one. Alright, so I'm vaguely aware that Necrozma has, like, fusion forms. We sort of saw it on the altar when we were fighting it, and I don't really know exactly what they're like in combat, but if it's anything like the fused Kyurem forms, then it's gonna go from like a force to be reckoned with to be like, no, seriously, this is a force to be reckoned with. Anyway, probably next time I'll go for Solgaleo, Lunala, whichever one's in this game. Probably Lunala because it's Moon. But we are going to we're gonna put that off. We're gonna save that for later. Until then. My name is Dragonite. This has been Pokemon Ultra Moon. Next time it's more legendary hunting. And I hope you're looking forward to that. You should all go check out Wizarducks in the Lost Hat, which is one of the games that I like to work on when I'm not doing YouTube stuff. Link to the Steam page can be found down below. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later.